Hi, welcome back to this channel, Tea Time with Peace and Joy. This is Doris. So in the last 3 episodes, I talked about how we can adapt to the environment when we face changes, including immigration, right? And in this coming 3 episodes, I'm going to talk about how to help children to adapt to new situation or new environment. And it doesn't mean that it's immigration. It can be anything. It can be as small as like we are moving to a new apartment, or we are changing school for them, or it can be, of course, like immigration, but it can also be like facing a divorce situation. So all those can be really hard for children, and especially because when they are young, their brain is still developing, and so what they have in their mind is quite different than ours. For example, their skill of emotion regulation is not as good as ours, and their the mind is not as flexible as ours, and they think quite differently. So for example, if you spend some time with kids, you will know they can watch the same TV shows, movies, or read the same book every single day. That is something that we won't do, right? We may be listening to the same songs that we can do, but not the same movie, not the same TV shows, right? But for them, it is okay, the same episode I meant. So for them it's totally fine. So they look forward to something that is really routine and that gives them a sense of security. So for us, that is very different. And so I would say it is very important for us to help them out in that kind of situation. It's not easy for them. One thing that I want to really promote is to have a positive attitude toward the whole situation. No matter how hard it is for you, if you want them to have that positive attitude, most likely it comes from you. So there is a psychologist whose name is Vygotsky, and his theory is like this. A lot of times when children hear things from the parents or the other people around them, right? So it was outside of them, and they took that idea, they get that information and get that inside of them, and then inside they may tell themselves the same thing, and that is how they learn the values, how they learn a lot of new things. And so it is very important for us to have that positive mindset. And okay, so without further ado, let me give you the tips. So the first tip for today is to help them to develop a growth mindset. So what is a growth mindset? That is the opposite of fixation, right? So if they get stuck, they feel like, oh, I don't know what to do, and that is the only thing that I can do. Just like the old way, I don't know the new way. Then that is not a growth mindset, and they may feel stuck. They may not want to change, they may refuse to change, resist to change, and not doing anything about it. But we want to help them to be more resilient and to have the growth mindset. So this is a really complicated idea or theory. So if you are interested in talking more about the growing mindset, I can definitely do it. Just let me know down below in the comment section. I will definitely be able to devote an entire episode talking about that. So I just gave you a really small nutshell, so that is like encourage them that they can do it and help them out along the way. And second is be super patient with them. So it is really hard. It can be really challenging for us because facing changes, maybe we don't even get enough sleep ourselves, or it may be hard for us to do what we're normally able to do because we are facing the change as well. We have to adjust our mindset as well. But at the same time, when they are children, it's even harder for them, although we may think that, oh, that is, our matter, but it may be really hard for them. I made that mistake. I don't want you to make that mistake. So at the beginning of pandemic, for example, I was adjusting, and I was super busy at work, unlike some lucky youths, who got some time off from work, or who could stay home for a little bit. Because I heard so many people, like my friends, saying that, but for me, no, it was really, really, really busy because of the COVID, and it was so hard, and so I didn't really have much time for my daughter, who was 10 years old, and it really took a toll on her. But I didn't know at that time, because I didn't even have the time, I didn't have the ability to help. But now I'm more aware of it. So learn from my mistake, don't make the same mistake, try to be really patient with them. And if you feel like they are more irritable, aggressive, or impatient, that is quite normal. And it can be challenging because we may lose sleep, we may not be in a very good mood or whatsoever, depending on the situation. Maybe we are tired, but we still have to be really patient with them. And so just to pay attention for that. Last but not least is to help them for the change. So it is really important for them to have some idea of what is going on and what is going to happen, because the unknown can be the hardest thing for them. So for example, if they are going to change to a new school, switch to a new school, make sure you schedule like a school tour with them, so they can go in and take a look, instead of being there the first day without knowing anything, not knowing what they are getting into. That can be really, really scary for them. But if you can schedule like a school tour, even for your high schooler, if they are willing to, that will be really, really helpful. And second, dream with them. So you can communicate with them, talk about, hey, we are going to move now. What are some of the things that you wish we can do after we move? Maybe we don't have the chance to do it now, but if you want to. So for example, if they say that, oh, I really want to watch one movie with both daddy and mommy once a week, then you can say, okay, once a week may be too much and we may not be able to do it. How about once a month or once 2 weeks, so bargain with them, but dream with them, talk with them, so then they have something to look forward to, and they know that, oh, the change can be good, it's not just the bad thing, right? So depending on what they want, you can help them out. And also try to have different plans in mind, because if you don't, you may get stuck, right? Thinking that, oh, the change will be like this, and that. It may not be the case. So make sure that you have different backup plans in mind. Okay, so at the end, I want to share this Bible verse with you. Is in Isaiah chapter 42, verse 16. It said, I will lead the blind by ways they have not known. Along unfamiliar paths I will guide them. I will turn the darkness into light before them and make the rough place smooth. These are the things I will do. I will not forsake them. So I guess that is a really good reminder for all of us. I'm not saying facing like a new change, you would be like blind, but to a certain extent that's true, because there are some unknowns. We may not know how to do certain things or what to do. It is okay, and God will lead us through if you let Him. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, find it helpful, share with your friends, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and you will get the notification for our next upload video if you click that. Alright, I'll see you next time.